Manaka. Welcome to my channel, Manaka. So today's the last day of the year. Naturally, Violet Fati, Mama Gaia. Listen. So the spring equinox is tomorrow, basically where the sun is rebirthed. And you can see it through literally everything in nature. Well, here in the southern hemisphere, of course. And while the sun is rising again or being born again here in the southern hemisphere, it is dying in the northern hemisphere. And I basically actually wanted to just talk about the energy things, mind is distracted. Okay. I wanted to talk about the energy that is coming. I did write a blog, so those of you who have read the blog, then you would know already. So I got the energy from the fact that the new year will be on a Saturday. Saturday is Saturn day, the planet Saturn. Saturn has to do with self-discipline, hard work, patience, justice, and rational thinking. Saturn will be in Pisces in the third house of communication, transportation, and communication and community. Choose one. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which represent intuition, spirituality, dreams, and delusions. Neptune will be in Pisces, which rules the 12th house in its home house and sign, which is represented through compassion, artisticness. I didn't write that, but I wanted to. And empatheticness. What is the actual? I should look for that. Increased in energy being in Neptune. Because Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the 12th house is ruled by Pisces. So they all basically have the same energy or characteristics. And then the energy will be in the 4th house of home and family, which represents intuition, spirituality, dreams, and delusion. In the sign it rules, which is Pisces, in the house Pisces rules. So basically all of these things, intuition, spirituality, dreams, and delusion, within home and family. So basically free-flowing, not structured, dreamy, extremely spiritual. Let me just say it in a simpler way. It just means that you should be disciplined and patient regarding your communication and regarding the communities that you are around, which have to do with your hopes, your relationships, the collective, and your friendships. So I'll say it again. You need to be disciplined and patient regarding your communication and your community in terms of your friendships, hopes, relationships with the collective, right? And then you need to look carefully at how compassionate, artistic, and empathetic we are in regards to home and family life, which is connected to our psychicness, intuition, dreams, and spirituality. So psychicness, intuition, dreams, and spirituality will be heightened within our home and within our family life. But we need to make sure that we are compassionate about this. We need to make sure that we help it bring out our artistic side, and we are empathetic regarding those things, right? And then I did the calculation for our side, because we live in European, baby. So if we're following the right signs, we'll start off with my chart. If I was following the right signs, I would be a Capricorn sun and a Capricorn moon, and my rising sign would be Libra. But because we follow the European way, which is in the northern hemisphere, which is obviously incorrect for us, that means that I am following, that means I'm a Cancer sun, Cancer moon, and Aries rising. And that is incorrect, because Aries is actually now, for us, Aries is actually starting now with the energy of what we'd call Libra, right? But the nice thing about these signs is that your polar opposite is actually very much like you in many ways. Like, but the polar opposite can also be a bit of a problematic sign, because it shows you the side of you that you want, I guess, more of. But I have what's it called, 3 or more planets in one sign. It's called a stellium. There we go. I have a stellium in both Cancer and Capricorn, and I have a stellium in Leo, which means that my energy, depending on which planet it's in, has to do more with the characteristics of Cancer, characteristics of Capricorn, and the characteristics of Leo. So that brings out, obviously, the, what do they call it? The superstar. The superstar characteristic in me, the one who wants to be in the limelight. But in actuality, I don't really want to be in the limelight. That is my Cancer characteristics, you know. But because of this, it doesn't really affect me that much, because I have the stellium of both my opposing sign, the Cancer and the Capricorn. Even when it's switched, it's more or less the same. You just have to look at it differently. But anyway, so I also did it in the opposite signs, where let's see. So Saturn would be in Scorpio, which rules the 8th house, right? So we let me see. Which rules the 8th house, which represents transformation, rebirth, sex, and taboos. Pluto would be in Capricorn. No, Pluto would be in Cancer, sorry. And then that rules the 4th house of home and family. And that would be in the 2nd house of money, possessions, assets, and earnings. And then Cancer is ruled by the moon, which represents emotion and mentality. Then the moon would be in Cancer, the opposite of Capricorn, which rules the 4th house and will be in the 1st house of self-image, identity, and your personality. I really hope I calculated this correctly, because I actually did it twice. That is the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, still trying to get at me. Oh my gosh. The first time I posted this blog, I had Saturn in the wrong sign, because I was reading it incorrectly, but I think this is correct. I hope it is. But yeah, basically, we need to be disciplined and patient regarding our responsibilities to rebirth and taboos. How exciting. We need to be ambitious and determined in terms of what we nurture, and are compassionate to in the case of money and assets. So we'd probably have to nurture and be compassionate towards ourselves in terms of case of money and assets. But we need to make sure that we do it, like the determined part of it and the ambitious part of it, you know. But it might also be surrounding the people that will be around us. We need to be emotionally and mentally intelligent when it comes to our home and family, in case of identity and self-image. So basically, we need to be emotionally and mentally intelligent when it comes to our home and family, regarding us, regarding what we believe, regarding this person. But yeah, that's basically the themes I got for everyone. And it's exciting that like literally I was telling my other friend that I feel like it's the end of the year. Like, I literally feel it. I feel the fatigue. Well, she feels the fatigue as well, but like I do feel the fatigue. But today I'm excited as if it was the 31st of December. Like, we've been raised to believe it's the end of the year. You know, you can feel it. It is meshed in the energy of the long weekend. It is meshed in the energy of Heritage Day, because Heritage Day is on Sunday. When is Heritage Day? Amabilan. Okay, Heritage Day is on Sunday. and the holiday itself will fall on the Monday. So I know people are excited for this. I know a lot of people have booked off at work. I know a lot of people are just enjoying themselves, you know, and that already is the energy of what's it called, doing more being more. So yeah, my suggestion, I already did it myself. I did a dream board. I'm not gonna put it up yet but I did a dream board. I did a release list. This week I have actually been trying to do a release list. I have tried my best to be a little more healthier this week. I've tried my best not to eat beef this week as well. I did also semi-fast. Is it called semi-fast? What is it called? Anyway, I did fast breakfast for every day this week, and I don't do that, child. I get hungry. It's a semi. Please stop fast. Anyway, so I get hungry easily. So as soon as I wake up, most of the time I need to eat. So I've tried my best to be in the sun a lot. I've tried my best to just soak in the energy of the sun and the downloads that want to come in. I've said my gratitude and all of that to my ancestors of light and my guides of light, especially my higher self, because she is working her ass off. But I've also remembered to acknowledge the ego and the shadow self that is basically protecting me from past traumas. But yeah, it's a beautiful day to notice what has happened in the last year. It's a beautiful day to notice what it is that you'd like to leave in this year. It's a beautiful day to also just see what you want more of next year, and maybe adding new things to next year, you know. And yes, not a lot of people will believe in this specific way of viewing it, but I think it actually works quite well if you consider tomorrow as a new year and today as a New Year's Eve instead of the 31st of December and the 1st of January. But these are all energies, and you need to be, I guess, in a certain alignment to allow it to work. It needs to be a belief system because of the reality of it. The fact that we're seeing that trees basically died in winter and are back now. Like, they are showing us life now. The spring equinox is happening tomorrow, you know, and that's not nothing. It literally connects to our entire bodies. It connects to who we are, and at a molecular level, we are also changing. We are also becoming anew, you know. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, 2023 was a hectic year, if I may say so myself. It was crazy as fuck, but I think, and I believe fully in the fact that I have chosen, not just as a spirit, but even with my actions, in every single moment, what I respond to as a generator. I mean, even as a projector and a reflector and a manifesting generator and manifester, whatever we respond to that comes into our auras, because as much as our authorities, as much as our responses are different and all of that, we still respond to life. So I believe that I have responded to life the best I could this year, and as difficult as it has been, well, that sounds weird, being for me, I think it has been a good time to reflect, a good time to just see where I am and just realize what I would want to be or do better next year. 2 books that are huge right now for me: Conscious Love and Conscious Luck, both by Gay Hendricks. They both have female writers as well. Let me just look for it, because if I don't say these people's names, it's gonna be fucked up. Because the fact that I remember the guy's name and not the lady's, Kathleen. I think it's Kathleen Hendricks. Gay Hendricks and Kathleen Hendricks wrote Conscious Loving. They married. And then Gay Hendricks and Carol Klein wrote Conscious Luck. I will put them somewhere where there's space. But these two books, I haven't finished Conscious Luck yet. I haven't fully started implementing Conscious Loving into my life either, but there's so many shifts that happen when you read these kinds of books. And honestly, I believe that Gay Hendricks is a fucking genius. From The Big Leap, that I think I spoke about in one of my videos, all the way to the other books that he's written, it's absolute genius. It's the same as I think his name is Ra Uruhu, the one who did the human design, who downloaded how to get human design, the processes and all of that. Like, absolute genius. Like, child, if you can find a way to live life better, do it. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, yeah, been an interesting week, and I hope that all of you have a really, really good long weekend. And yeah, I hope you guys tell those that you know are more of spiritualists, more of Africanists, spiritual Africans. I don't like calling it African spirituality, but anyway, if you know any of them, just tell them Happy New Year. Tell me Happy New Year. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful Venus day, and that your Saturn day is even better.